Is divorce as American as apple pie? Divorce has become as commonplace in the United States as practically anything else. It almost follows political lines. 49% Republican, 49% Democrat, 2% independent. Divorce happens all of the time, in practically every circumstance. The circumstance can be a gray divorce, as you may have heard me discuss multiple times in some of our videos and other podcast episodes. It happens with young people who have just gotten married in their early 20s and discover that they married too soon, or that they have found love and romance somewhere else suddenly. Divorce happens when somebody has been infidelitous or essentially cheating. They've been messing around on their partner. If you read statistical analyses, that is ever more common. It happens virtually every day, all of the time. It is ubiquitous. What can we do about this? What can we glean from this, and how can we analyze it? Well, divorce happens for so many different reasons, and therefore we have to analyze in some part, some way, shape, or form, what happens in these marriages? Are all these marriages dysfunctional? I read stories on Reddit all the time about how marriages are so happy and wonderful, and everybody is essentially surprised and shocked. How could this happen to me? I can't believe it. What a nightmare. I had no idea there was something wrong with my marriage. Well, maybe we need to analyze a little more deeply. If your marriage lacks communication, if you each work different schedules and have different jobs, if you have grown apart and have nothing in common, no shared activities, then maybe divorce is inevitable. Sometimes people opt for the old sleep divorce, where they sleep in separate bedrooms and they essentially live separate lives. That kind of a figurative divorce, not a literal divorce, is increasingly common in circles where two people have little kids, and they fear, due to psychiatric analyses, that those children's lives are going to be uprooted, destroyed, forever harmed if they get a divorce. If divorce is everywhere, all around us, at all times, how can we feel secure in marriage? How can we believe that marriage is forever, that the vows we take are serious, and that happily ever after is designed to be through marriage? I recently read, and I'm sure that you've watched a dozen movies, maybe hundreds if you're my age, 45, sad to say. You've probably watched movies about people who get married early in life and then live their whole lives wanting somebody else, in love with somebody else, simply waiting for some trigger, some life event to encourage both parties to come together. Even as old as age 80, who knows? If divorce is American as apple pie, what does that say about our culture? Is that a good thing? Do other countries believe that divorce is the end-all be-all? Some countries do not allow divorce. I'm not sure if that is confining and restrictive, or building of a society, encouraging real relationships, building foundations for raising families. There are circumstances that surely we could all agree on where divorce is almost necessitated. When there is severe domestic violence, when there are handfuls, dozens, multiple insults about somebody's intelligence, somebody's career, somebody's beauty, body shaming, as you may have heard me discuss again in a previous episode. There are some reasons beyond the obvious cheating and bankruptcies and misspending of monies and just simply growing apart or staying together for the kids. There are so many other reasons why divorce is important in society. And then there are other societal, political, and cultural issues that almost mirror divorce. With the statistics involved, with people's impressions of them, I can say that there's no longer a stigma. My parents went through a 7-year-long divorce at a time when divorce was just off to the races, just getting started. And people were looked down upon for getting a divorce as though there was something wrong with them. Nobody could live with them. Nobody could love them. Nothing could be further from the truth. But some argue that we have easy access to divorce now in a way in which we never have, and that you can get a divorce for practically any reason in a no-fault divorce state. Does that encourage divorce? Does that make it more prevalent? Or does that just simply offer a way out of a marriage that is unhappy? Is unhappiness enough of a reason to get a divorce? I will leave that for you to decide. I hope that I've given you some thought-provoking ideas here. Please consider talking about it and discussing it. Thanks for listening, everyone.